You both agree that Nick Bosa will go to San Francisco, but a lot of people are skeptical of him going that high. Todd, do you feel like that's the right move for the Niners?
I would take him. I think he's the best player in this draft. I think he's, consistent. He can rush the passer. People say, well, the production wasn't there. Are you kidding me? He had 6 tackles for loss and 4 sacks in 3 games this year. Absolutely dominant when he's on the field. A lot like his brother in terms of his ability to rush the quarterback, but also defend the run. Plays hard, great motor. He's healthy now. If he can stay healthy at the next level, and that's the concern with Joey, but if you keep him on the field, you're getting a Pro Bowl type player. And so to me, if you can't get a great deal to move back, I think San Francisco just stays home and takes Bosa there. I think the Jets are the first team, though, that I'm starting to hear a lot of interest in wanting to move back if they can get a deal. Maybe it's for a team moving up ahead of John Gruden and the Oakland Raiders to go get a quarterback. But I keep on hearing the Jets as a team that would have interest in moving back and getting more picks.
You just mentioned
no second-round pick, the Jets, and you've been hearing that. No second-round pick for the Jets. They could move out. And they go back to Bosa. There's no question about his ability. The only question is durability. He had injured the senior year in high school, then this injury. That's 2 of the last 4 years. That's it. Other than that, if he's healthy, he's a dominant outside pass rusher.
You guys mentioned, or Todd, you just mentioned John Gruden. So here it is. You trade Khalil Mack. You get your pair of first-rounders. The Bears go to the playoffs. You had to trade a second-rounder, so it's not much of moving up, really, that second first-rounder. But you got 3 first-round picks. This is the future of the franchise. What should the strategy be?
Well, do you like Derek Carr? That's really the decision. Are you want to make this 9 more year run if you're John Gruden and have Carr be your guy? And if he's not, then you better get your quarterback now. And so that's going to be the interesting part. If he is your guy, then it's time to start filling in the spots around him. Quinnen Williams, if he's there, be awesome. I mean, he's the second best player in this draft behind Bosa. Then you've got to still, edge rushers, running back, the secondary. They still have a lot of needs on this football team. But I think it starts with, is Carr our guy, Mel? You got to define that, and you got to be ready to make a decision on that now.
Everybody's judging their quarterback against the guy that they could be keeping or letting go. And that would be Rosen against Kyler Murray in Arizona. That's thinking about, do we want Rosen to come in if we're Washington, or draft Locke or Jones? What do we want to do here as well if you're the Oakland Raiders with Derek Carr? If you love Kyler Murray, you have the ability to go up and get him because you have the draft picks. That if Arizona doesn't want him, you can go up and get him. If Arizona wants Kyler Murray, it's a moot point. It doesn't matter. Oakland, you're not getting him, John Gruden. You got to stick with Derek Carr. So I think for Oakland, it's Derek Carr or nothing. I'm not trading Derek Carr and drafting Dwayne Haskins. I think Carr's better than Haskins. And he was MVP candidate a couple years ago when he had some talent around him. Forget last year. So to me, Kyler Murray is the only one who would make it interesting for Oakland. And guess what? They can't get him if Arizona's taking him, so that won't even matter.
Speaking of having talent around them, I think one of the most exciting players in this draft is DK Metcalf. The guy is ridiculous, arguably the best skill position player. And I know you guys have him joining potentially Aaron Rodgers. Stephen A. and Max must love that. But how much of a game changer could he be for the Packers, Mel? Are we talking, this team didn't even make the playoffs last year.
Could be a game changer if he's healthy. 2 of the last 3 years, he's had injuries. He's only had 67 career receptions because of that. And you look at the physical qualifications, the athletic qualifications are through the roof. You know what he can do down the field. We saw games where he showed what he can do against elite competition. But can he stay on the field is the big question, Todd, to me. Again, some of these guys, it's not ability, it's durability. And that's the case with Bosa. That's certainly the case with DK Metcalf. I think Green Bay would be a great spot for him. And then they can get a tight end like Noah Fant, pass-catching tight end, late first, and you've really helped Aaron Rodgers.
Guys, we had Devin White on the show, was it yesterday?
Yeah.
Yes, it was yesterday.
It was yesterday.
Yesterday, the day before. You lose track. We have so many people on the show. We had Devin White on the show. His attitude reminded me of Saquon Barkley in his introductory press conference for the Giants, like a quarterback, like a franchise quarterback, but he's an inside linebacker. What kind of impact do you think Devin White has?
I love that dude
on the Bucs, because you haven't gone to Bucs,
you got to see it up close and personal. Of all the guys I sat down and met with, he was the most impressive defensive player that I saw all year long. And it's what he brings to the field as a leader, and then obviously the talent. You're talking about 4.4 speed, 238 pounds, and the ability to not only play the run sideline to sideline, but also to cover and to rush the quarterback at times. So you're getting a complete football player. I think he's one of the best 5 football players in this draft. And you're getting a leader defensively. And if it is the Bucs at 5, they could use that on the defensive side.
I saw firsthand, guys, what Ray Lewis meant to the Baltimore Ravens. It was the one guy, everybody wants that next Ray Lewis who makes everybody around him better. That in that locker room, on that practice field, game day, we're up a notch or two because we have this player on our team. Devin White is the first player I've seen, guys, to come along since Ray Lewis to be that kind of player.
Wow.